He is there, handing it over there, taking a Q&A. There's the ANC's Ace Magashule.
Generation of young people who will go to Parliament, and I think we are happy. A thorough consultation. The last thing I had to do before I come here was to further give the President a touch and say, President, I'm going to touch the button now. Let me brief you as the leader of the ANC. And we discussed, and then we said, well, what do we do if a democratic organization like the ANC, very, very democratic, but very, very principled, we respected everything in terms of the Constitution of South Africa because we are a constitutional state.
SG, I'm going to ask you a direct, straight question. Is Nomvula Mokonyane Msobenzi Zwane, your former treasurer in the Free State Province, Bathabile Dlamini, Malusi Kigaba, and those who may be perceived by some in society as being not so upright within this society of South Africa in this list of the ANC? I see Carl Niehaus shaking his head. It's just a genuine question.
You want Carl Niehaus on the list? We can do so. No, look, what we have done, we have looked at what the law says. You are talking about people who have never been charged with any crime or offense. Why do you want to single out people because they are out there in the media with allegations? Why don't you respect the universal principle, which is applicable throughout the world? Why do you want to deal with Nomvula? What? What has she done?
Not that we want to deal with her, SG, but the question is, there are allegations surrounding or shrouding people like Nomvula Mokonyane, Malusi Kigaba, and Msebenzi Zwane, be it from the Guptas, be it allegations of Nomvula Mokonyane collapsing the Department of Water and Sanitation.
So you want us to, as politicians, you want us to remove anybody from our list because of allegations? So, I'm sure there are allegations against all political parties, and you guys are telling us that we should punish people even when they have not done anything.
SG, then why was it in Durban when this matter was raised? The ANC then, and the NEC in Durban came out and said, we're going to look at integrity, we're going to do lifestyle audits. It was this whole goose chase with media sort of dangling a bone to say the ANC will take these concerns seriously and will vet candidates properly. There was issues of people declaring their details for the list to look the same.
Well, there are people who have said you are not fit to be in the list. We had a list of 867 people, which has to be trimmed down to 200 for our own papers, to 300 as a reserve list. And there are people who could not actually make it not because of allegations, because the courts of law had judgments against them. And we said, in terms of the law, if you are found guilty of not more than 12 months and a fine, you are allowed to be on the list. So we are South Africans, we are the ANC, we respect the law, we respect the Constitution. What else should we do?
So, SG, you are basically saying that those who may be critical of Nomvula Mokonyane and those that I have mentioned, you perceive to be nothing wrong with them standing to be representatives, public representatives of the ANC in the National Assembly, despite certain quarters of society having certain reservations about those particular individuals.
We are not like the DA, and our ethics, our conduct is not the same. But you remember there was Breitenbach, who was criminally charged, appeared in court. He remained in Parliament, and I haven't heard you guys of the media saying Breitenbach is still in Parliament. I have not heard you saying that. Why are you not applying the same principles? Innocent until found otherwise.
Actually, just can you answer Sam's first question, initial question? Are they in the list? Is Nomvula Bathabile?
She is. They are. He is in the list. They are all in the list. They are qualified.
All those implicated
anybody who has not been found guilty by a court of law is on the list.
Given the premise that you've been putting on the integrity of the ANC, don't you think having these people on the list is going to come with some serious reputational luggage for the ANC that is trying to renew itself?
I'm not sure. The ANC is on the ground campaigning. We are very confident that South Africans understand the ANC and love the ANC, and they will vote ANC.
SG, just for records purposes, can you please show us a hard copy of this list that you are submitting here?
You want to see number one? Number one is the president of the ANC.
You can just show us, SG. I can just take a sneak peek.
Yeah, but allow him to do it.
I can only tell you that, and this was not a process which was interfered with, the president of the ANC has been overwhelmingly voted by branches of the ANC. So the president of the ANC, not through any intervention, it's a product of a democratic process, and he's number one. Number two is the deputy president. Number three is Gwera Mantashe. Number four is Comrade Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. I was number five. Yes, you are number six. Paul Mashatile number 7. But the constitution of the ANC says we are full-time.
So who's replaced you?
Then the list followed.
Yeah, followed.
SG, I just want to touch on the issue that may not be with regards to the list. The issue of the deputy president in the National Assembly, basically saying he does not take the Tomboweni serious when he spews his own views and says my eye on particular views on state-owned enterprises and them being sold. What is your view of the deputy president saying he doesn't take the Minister of Finance serious?
Well, I heard about the story. I haven't heard the deputy president, but if whatever you say was said, it means it's a matter which I need to engage both the president and the minister.
So, SG, in the fifth administration, Malusi Gigaba was found by a court to have lied. He then
Okay, let's come out of those pictures from the IEC in Pretoria. We can see the ANC handing in their list there, the national list. We'll see what happens after May the 8th. But